that's the goals for 2022. You guys saw at the start of the year I was going through some really bad health issues because of this. Hi YouTube, welcome to a new year. Welcome back to my YouTube. Welcome me back to YouTube because I had a little bit of a break. As you know, we all sort of needed a bit of a break. I feel like I was titillating. Does that word work? I'm gonna look it up. Hey Google, what does titillating mean?
Here's the definition of titillating. Arousing mild sexual excitement or interest. Salacious.
Okay, what I meant to say was I was on the verge of burnout, I think. Anyway, what I thought I would do is show you guys some developments in the house and chat a little bit about 2022 goals, because I'm sitting here surrounded by books because it's the first time that I've really sat down to think about and do some planning around my goals. And I was like, oh, I should grab my camera and talk about it. I don't know how interested you guys are in this kind of thing. I'm not a big like smart goal setter. It's not me. And I think it's important to find a way to set goals and or intentions or whatever it is that you want to do that aligns with you, because you know how sometimes it's like, oh, I feel like this is a chore and it's not fun and I feel stressed thinking about the future and I don't know where I'm going to be and maybe there's a lack of self-belief. I feel like people hear goals and it's like, which is why I like intentions and stuff. So you just sort of think about a few different things, and then once you have that goal, whatever you're wanting to achieve, you just kind of reverse engineer it and you're like, what are the little things I need to do every single day so it's not overwhelming so that I actually get to it. So it's more just being aware of where you're actually wanting to go. Otherwise you're just sort of in a ship that's sailing and you don't know which direction it's going, and like you hope that it gets to here but it might actually end up here, and you're like, how did this happen? It's like, oh, because I didn't actually set the course. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm sort of gonna break it down. What I like to do is break it down into a few different categories of life. So there'll be like some business goals, some health goals, some personal goals. I feel like it's kind of interesting to reflect on the previous year as well and think about what the main theme of the year was for me. I'm like, okay, that's what that year was about, whether it was intentional or not. Life sort of happens. What do I want to happen this year and be a bit more intentional about it? So I think last year for me was really a really big sort of growth year with my health. You guys saw at the start of the year I was going through some really bad health issues, my skin, my gut. It was like eating maintenance and fixing food things and then dieting, and it's like I didn't focus on a lot of other parts of my life. So I feel like this year I have some bigger sort of business goals and things that I want to be achieving and focusing on, and the growth that I really want to be intentional with is around learning and education, because I feel like I did that a little bit last year but not as much as I'd like to. I didn't read as much as I'd like to. So I think this year there's going to be a big emphasis on that for me. And then yeah, I've got some big business goals, but I mean, I don't know the rest. So I'm going to jump into my book and come up with a little structure for writing it and extracting that out of my brain. And then once I do that, I can jump back on here and show you the structure that I'm setting up and how I plan on getting that information that I know is in here onto paper and as words. Alright, so I've just done a little bit of brainstorming, thinking around how I think I want to structure this. So what I've done is just some words that came to mind for what I sort of want this year. And then obviously, you know, growth is super broad because that could be like so many factors. I thought of so many words to add and I was like, oh, it really falls within this. But just a few areas that I really want to focus on, maintain and build on. And that's sort of what this is about. And then I just wrote some categories the categories that are important to me that I want to focus on this year, with the potential to add some more as they come to mind. But these are sort of my key ones that I tend to focus on. Something that I need to focus more on is this one for sure. And as I said before, learning is something I really wanted to do. And then this is more like personal growth and development, like anything that I feel like I need to work on or focus on. Like an example would be, I'm always late to everything. So that is something that personally I really want to get better at. And I think I say that every single year. And then I'll do a page for each or so, just with 3 questions, just keeping it simple. I don't want to overcomplicate it, but it's usually just like coming up with one main goal for that category, and then the steps to achieve it, which I think is really important. And then just any extra notes. So I think people often forget to write what they actually need to do to achieve the goal. And it's like, what's the point in having a goal if you don't know how the actions you're going to take every day? Otherwise, it's just like in your head and you're kind of expecting it to happen just because you wrote it down. So I'll write down the steps that I think I need to achieve that goal, and then just make them actionable. Say for instance in business, this isn't my main goal, but one of the goals is to be, as you saw in the word cloud, like be more organized, because I find I do things very much on the fly. And so steps to achieve that could be like hiring a personal assistant, which is something that I'm considering, or make sure every single Monday I plan out my week and I schedule everything into my calendar. And another thing is I love the flexibility of working for myself, but sometimes I feel like too much flexibility, it's not so great, because I'll be like, oh, I'm tired today, I want to like get some extra sleep, and it's such a luxury to be able to do that. But I'm like, I feel like I need a bit more structure, so that I'm like, no, you're getting up at this time, you train at this time, and obviously have flexibility in there when I need, but just being a little bit more structured and planned with my days. Yeah, maybe have like another, like I just put notes down there to say like if there's any other goals that I just want to get out of my brain, because it's like I'm gonna have more than just one goal for each category, but I just wanted to focus on one sort of main thing, because I just think with goals you don't want to overload yourself and write down like a million things and then be like, what were my goals even? But I'm gonna finish writing a few of these down, and then that's the goals for 2022. Alright, done. That actually did take a little bit longer because I had like the 7 categories to go into, but it was worth it, and I was like, I just want to do this. So I ended up adding 2 things to this list as well in the categories list. So I added what I don't want and what to continue. I also did what I do want as well on that same page, and what to continue, which is just kind of like a nice acknowledgement that you did good things last year as well, and what was serving you. Because I know over this period I've like let a lot of things slip that I was doing, like my meditation I've been really poor with, and just been out of routine, and that's, you know, understandable this time of year, but I just want to bring those things back and make sure I continue doing those things. And then I've just got another page where I've written values, because I think our values are always changing. You know, we usually have our core main values, but I think it's good to just sort of reflect on and consider if we have any new values and things in our lives that are maybe a new priority. I'm quite hungry, so I'm going to make some lunch, and I just had a missed call from a friend, so I'm going to call her back, make some lunch. Maybe I will show you guys what I'm eating. how this goes. I didn't have lemon or lime juice, which is annoying, or sesame oil, or it was missing a few ingredients, but let's see how this chicken goes. Good. Chicken's really good. This is good. It's a late night, just 4:15. Are you bored? Are you bored, little boy? I'll tell you why he's bored. Actually, better yet, I'll show you why he's bored. Patchy boy is a little bit bored because, God, that room is a mess. Because of this. That right there is a positive COVID test. Yeah, I have COVID, and to be honest, it's really weird because I had a PCR test. Let me just give you a little timeline. I had a PCR test on the 27th that came back negative. And the reason I had that test wasn't because I had symptoms. It was because I was a close contact. And this was before they changed the close contact rules. So you don't need to get a test if you're a close contact. But when I had my test, you had to. So I was, and it took so long. I sat in the car for 3 hours to get this test, and I still hadn't had the results back. It took 4 days to get the results back. So they came back on the 1st, but they changed the rules on the 31st. So I was able to stop isolating. So I had isolated from the 27th when I got the test until the 31st when they changed the rules, and I had no symptoms or anything like that. So I went and trained at the gym on the 31st and then had New Year's Eve on the 31st. Actually, no, I had a bit of a cough on the 30th. But Rio, my sister's son, my nephew who was with us, had a cough, and he's always snotty, and like I always get illnesses from him. I don't know what it is. No one else was sick. So I was like, oh, of course, like I've got his cough, whatever. And I was fine. I just had this cough. And so I didn't think anything of it because I had the negative test and I'd been isolating. So I hadn't been exposed anywhere. Fast forward to yesterday when I was making that lunch that I showed you guys. And you know when you open up a packet of chicken and it smells like farts. Even when the chicken is off, it's bad. This chicken wasn't off. Anyway, I opened the packet and was expecting to get like a waft in the face of stink. Put my nose in the chicken and was like, and I was like, I can't smell. And I was like, oh my God, do I have COVID? And I ran all the way through the house smelling candles, which I know are like super strong scents. And I was like, I can barely smell these. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, okay, I'm going to have to go get a PCR test. So I was messaging my sister and I was like, I need to go get a PCR test. Don't come over tomorrow, because she was going to. And she was like, oh, we've got rapid tests. Come and get one. So I went to her place and got the rapid test. She like threw it at me through the car. And I did it in the car because we were like, well, if it's negative, I can come in. And I did it and it wasn't negative. It was a faint positive. Ugh. It's not that bad. It could be worse. We're in the great apartment. I just feel really bad because obviously I've been like out in the community. A lot of people have had it pretty bad. I've been so lucky. Like, as you guys know, I didn't even realize I had it. So clearly I wasn't like, I didn't have a fever. I wasn't on my deathbed. Are you right? I wasn't on my deathbed. I wasn't like, you know, I only just lost my sense of smell yesterday. Maybe earlier, but just didn't realize. I've had this cough, which is heaps better. As I said, I think I'm like through the woods. I've been getting headaches and I've had extreme fatigue, and I was like, am I just tired from like end of year and like this cold? But it's honestly like, yeah, it's been fine for me. I've had flus that are worse. Tonsillitis is definitely worse than this. Like, anyway, I had a delivery, a package. Let's have a look. So this is exciting. This is Stax's Summer Drop. So as you can see, very bold poppy colours. I think my favourite is this blue. Like, this is such a nice colour. Anyway, this is on sale on the 14th. So there are like these two style crop tops, which sports bras, whatever you want to call them, which look like they're, I haven't tried this on yet, but look like they're more support, like, because they're just sort of thicker everywhere. So that's those two. And then there's this zip up one. Again, more support, and it's got like a built-in crop in there. Then there's these tanks. Patch. Look at him living his best. So there are these tanks. So I got that in the yellow and the pink. And then for the bottoms, they've got the shorts length. So the material, if you guys know Stax, is the same as their Best Black Tights material. So that's just like the super soft material. It is super soft. Like, I wear a lot of activewear, and out of all the activewear, this and Lululemon, the material's like pretty comparable. And then we've got the long length tights. So these are all the color variations as well, all different colors. And I'm going to do a try and haul for Instagram. There you have it. My code, SOPH10, will save you money if you decide to buy anything. And it supports me, so I really appreciate that. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna keep doing nothing. Something I realize is whenever I look back on my YouTubes, there's like this, I think, you know, on TikTok how it like corrects your skin, like smooths it. I feel like this camera, I don't know if it has a setting. I'm like looking at the screen now. I don't know if it has a setting or if it's just like a good quality lens, but I feel like when I look back, my skin looks better on the YouTube than in real life. And that's not me being like body dysmorphia. That's like genuinely, I think there's a filter, because sometimes there'll be moments where I come close to the screen and you can see it properly, and then I move away and it's like smooth. And I'm like, excuse me, I didn't authorize this. I don't want to be lying to you guys. Like, this skin has texture, and mine's definitely having a moment. I mean, I'm eating a lot of chocolate lately. All right, that's it. We'll do a house tour in a sec. All right, just a quick mini house tour. So I still don't have a bed frame. I think I'm just gonna get like a cheap one, because I actually want to get one of those, I don't know what they're called, like those sheets that wrap around so you don't even see what the frame is. So I'll just get some cheap one, and then the bed head and bed can just sit properly. I want to get a new bedside table, but all the bedside tables that I want that are like travertine are, I've got a new mirror coming from IKEA. It's like a giant one, which is nice. And then what else have we got? Oh guys, I flat packed all the boxes. So the box room is now just a room with stuff. And then upstairs. Show 'em, Patchy. You show 'em. Alright, my table, you guys have seen me sitting on this. My table has been assembled. I had to get the pieces sent to me. So yeah, I don't know about the position of it. Like, that's the only way it looked good. It didn't look good flush against there. It looked weird coming out long ways here. Like, it just interrupted this space too much, because as you can see, like, even with this chair pulled out, it's pretty close. The couch is from Lounge Lovers. It's called the Hampton, and it's really soft. It's a duck feather, whatever. It's really soft. This cushion and this cushion I got from Homey, the little boucle ones. So expensive, but cute. I'm really happy with this couch. Like, I thought it was gonna be too small for the space, but it's perfect, and it wouldn't have fit up the stairs. I got a TV. Yay. And that's it up here. I got Google Home, guys. I am obsessed with Google Home. Okay, ready? Hey Google, what's the weather?
Currently in Paran, it's 22 degrees and mostly cloudy. Today, there'll be thunderstorms with a forecast high of 24 and a low of 18.
Thanks, Google. So that's where the Nest Hub lives. And then I have 2 Nest Minis that I put in my bedroom, and then one downstairs in the study. So when I play music, it's playing in the whole house. It's really cool. I was thinking of getting like some kind of entry table here, because I'm just using this at the moment, but it's kind of annoying because when I open the laundry, it's like, we don't have a lot of space here. Anyway, the washing machine came. And then the study, which now has only a few boxes, and that's just books, and random office stuff that I need to put in the cupboards. The current setup of the desk is small. There's obviously so much space here. So I've just ordered another one of these, the tabletop, but the 2-meter one. So I think what I'm gonna do is have that there and then like an L shape across there. So it'll be like me sitting at the desk here and then an L-shaped desk there. So it's like, you know, for all my important documents. And I ordered a monitor. So I've got this ready to put my laptop on. I'll have the monitor there. Anyway, and then I'm thinking, because I like having books on display. So I'm like, do I get some kind of shelf, bookshelf cupboard situation? Not a cupboard, but just something for these to go. And then I realized also that I have like 5 months here because I have a 6-month lease. So I'm going to be moving out in like 5 months. And it's like, I've gone to all this trouble for furniture specific to this space. All right, so I got this lamp from Etsy. It's really cute. And then I got this really cute candle as well, which I can't smell because of this. And yeah, that's the latest. I just ordered a bunch of things from Kmart, Maya, and IKEA, like the desk setup, mirror, then little things like for the kitchen, like a rack to dry the. Oh, I'm so puffed. That's one thing I think with COVID, I would probably be puffed going those stairs, COVID or not, but I feel like I get puffed quicker. Anyway, guys, just like give me suggestions. And last time I said I was gonna show you my Pinterest boards and then I didn't, so I'm gonna do that. Here's a screenshot of my Pinterest board. We're back, baby. 2022, starting so strong. Can you guys let me know though, like for real, what do you wanna see? That doesn't work. Awkward Bob. What do you guys wanna see this year? Anything specific, let me know. Do you just like daily vlogs like this where I'm just like showing you my life? Work will be starting back properly on Monday. And so I can show like day in the life stuff. I've got some big plans for the business this year. Obviously in that goal setting, I was like, yes. But yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know if it was cool, but hopefully you can go set some goals and not get COVID. Thanks for watching. I think I'm officially going crazy. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, do all the things. You know all the things. You know the drill, people. And I'll speak to you guys really soon, hopefully.